Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses, and then each of them will drive a school bus full of children, which is not something I would recommend, even though I did recommend it. And whoever transports their children the safest and the fastest will be the winner. A little bit of community service and a little bit of competition, I guess. It's always competition, but, you know, try and do something a little bit different and help out the community as well. So, yeah, I'd like to see some of these SoulsBorne bosses get on a school bus. That would be very entertaining. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. Anyway, the battlefield has been cleared. It can house any and all SoulsBorne bosses, and we have seen it house all of them at least once in a SoulsBorne Battle Royal. So we are going to stop this wheel, this little generator that I've created that has almost 100 SoulsBorne bosses and some special spots that can cause some interesting things to happen. We're going to stop this wheel, and we are going to see what we are going to land on. We are going to choose the first competitor in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Gravelord Nito, who we just recently landed on, and we have landed on him a couple times here on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Gravelord Nito is no joke. He holds one of the Lord Souls in the original Dark Souls, so certainly not one to be taken lightly. And, you know, of course, any being that represents death, you don't really want to be joking around with that kind of thing. So, yeah, Gravelord Nito is always an interesting choice to land on in anything whatsoever, but I guess especially in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. So, you really don't want to be standing on the other side of the battlefield against Gravelord Nito. I guess that's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. So yeah, Gravelord Nito taking his position on one side of the battlefield here on SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, and we're going to take this wheel for another spin. We are going to decide the opponent for Gravelord Nito. Easy for me to say. As I'm looking over right now at my list, he battled actually Melania, Blade of Mikola, in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death 42. And we just recently landed on him, but I don't have that list in front of me. And my memory is terrible, so I can't tell you off the top of my head who he faced. But it was very recent. So, alright, we have Gravelord Nito on one side of the battlefield, and on the other side we have fuck. Fuck me in the ass. Oh God. This motherfucker. This motherfucker. Alright. Play the thing. You know the thing I'm talking about, Courtney. Play it. Gravelord Nito against Pinwheel. Well, I guess I have to violate my rules. I'm going to get a letter from my legal department. I'm not supposed to give away who I think would win this fight in this section of the video, but I suppose I already did so. But we are still going to do the contractually obligated bios, and the verdict. So we are going to go to those right now, and let's have a look at Gravelord Nito. After the first flame appeared in the world of Dark Souls, Gravelord Nito was one of the first primordial humanoid beings that appeared underground, bringing life, death, and disparity. Whatever that means. So was he a god or was he not a god? He was one of those who found one of the four Lord Souls, along with Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, the Witch of Izalith, and later the Furtive Pygmy. Nito would die later on, but the power of his soul would bring him back to life, and with the power of necromancy, he would become a living mass of just skeleton corpses, conjoined skeletons, and I'm not so sure if that's a trade-up or not. Nito learned to harness the power of his Lord Soul and crafted it into his sword, the Gravelord Sword, which was capable of bringing death to any living being, which is true of any sword, really. But yes, this sword is special. I believe it unleashes a toxin that builds up death or something. Nito would ally himself with Gwyn and the Witch of Izalith in their war against the dragons, and after a long battle they would emerge victorious, exterminating most of the archdragons and conquering the world. Afterwards, each of the lords developed their own civilizations in their own different places, and Nito goes back to the catacombs, and he basically becomes responsible for death in all forms, or some such thing. Nito is responsible for the ritual of kindling bonfires, so I guess we have him to thank for that. So thank you, Nito. We really appreciate it. It's very helpful in certain areas. At some point, a necromancer known as Pinwheel manages to come in and steal Nito's rite of kindling, which I'd still like to know how that happened. At some point, the followers of a divine cult raid the catacombs and try to steal Nito's mortal power, but they fail and they end up dying down there. So when you play Dark Souls 1, you will eventually cross paths with Nito, because Nito has one of the Lord Souls that you need to get to the end of the game. So yeah, Nito is one of the top guys, I guess, and he is most certainly a formidable opponent. He's a boss that people like to talk about. People haven't forgotten about Nito, but yeah, he's certainly yeah. You don't mess with Nito. You don't mess with death. You know, I think that goes without saying. I think it's a good rule of thumb to not mess with death. So therefore, you don't mess with Gravelord Nito. Pinwheel, on the other hand, is a necromancer and a pyromancer who is trying to gain more power by stealing Gravelord Nito's rite of kindling or something like that. And yeah, he's trying to increase his power that way. He is somehow composed of a father, a mother, and a child. Like, it's an amalgamation of all of them. And I don't... You know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. This whole thing is a farce. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Just move on to the next part. There is no scenario. There is no walk of life. There is no situation that I can foresee where Pinwheel would... I can't... This situation is so absurd I can't even speak. Where Pinwheel would pose any kind of a threat to Gravelord Nito. And I think that Nito would very likely toy with Pinwheel for probably a long time before putting him away. I don't even think this would be a quick fight. I think that Nito would just play around with his food a little bit before deciding to end the torment of poor little Pinwheel. I don't think that's a very controversial statement to make. Gravelord Nito will win this fight. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. But that is just my opinion. Feel free to leave yours in the comments. And with that, yet another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death draws to a close. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Dark Souls Remastered No Estus Run, or as I have called it lately, the Hot Garbage Remastered No Estus Run. We are delving deeper into Blighttown right now, so you can imagine what kind of fun I've been having there. So that's what you can look forward to this past week in that series. And Wednesdays, sorry, back in the archives, I have the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask Run, Volume 1 Limgrave. I have the Sekiro No Healing Gourd Run. I have the Dark Souls 3 No Estus Run, and I had the Dark Souls 3 No Level Up Run. So, and a whole bunch of other stuff if you want to go back and check it out. And Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what you're watching it right now. SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. And if you just watched it, then I don't have to explain exactly what that is to you. So, yeah. More and more content, as always, on the way. Hopefully fun content. Hope you're enjoying what I'm putting out there. And if so, leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that nonsense. Yeah, just working my ass off all the time. That's pretty much what I'm doing. And otherwise, just dealing with crap outside of work and stuff. I don't know what else to say. Just plugging along is what I'm doing, pretty much. But you know what helps out a great deal is your love and support, and I appreciate it very much. It helps in ways that you can't even imagine. I'm just it just helps. I have no words right now. Even as a writer, I have no words. So yeah, I'm just doing everything I possibly can right now. That's all I can do, and that's all any of us can do. So yeah, I hope everyone has an amazing week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See you for live, y'all. Bye. What's going on, guys? Thank you for checking out the video today, but I got a question for you. Did you know I wrote a book? Did you know I wrote 3 books? Did you know that they're all part of the same series? The Roar of a Dragon, The Treachery of a Weasel, and The Cry of a Raven. ReadersFavorite.com says that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. Now, I personally think that's crazy, but it's not for me to judge. It's for you to judge. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com and you can check out the books right now. But wait, that's not all. All 3 books got 5-star reviews in ReadersFavorite.com. These books won the Silver Medal in the Literary Titan Awards. The Cry of a Raven won Silver at the Global eBook Awards. So what are you waiting for? Read about Aiden's dream to become a Knight of Delmar. Read about his death and resurrection. Oops, I gave that away, didn't I? And read about his journey back home from 3,000 years in the future to stop the evil that started in Delmar. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And then, if you're interested, you can buy the books there as well. And if you've already read the books or you just want to hear more about them, you can check out the Rise of Dragons podcast. You can listen to it wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And in every episode, I cover a character from the book, an event from the book, my journey into writing, and everything in between. Ripley, what do you got to say about all this?
Give me a treat or I will end you.
You know she's telling you to check out the books. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com to check out the books or listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast if you want to hear about them. That's all I got to say, and thank you for watching this video.